The map of our world is about to change. I'm talking about the continent of Africa splitting into two. Well, scientists are predicting that a new ocean could be created as Africa. Something massive is happening beneath Africa, and scientists believe it could be the beginning of a future ocean. Could the continent truly be breaking apart, or is this just another slow-moving geological shift? The East African Rift is stretching, cracking, and reshaping the land. But the real question is, how soon will these changes alter the map forever? While some dismiss it as a distant event millions of years away, unexpected cracks and seismic activity suggest that this transformation might be happening faster than we think. What does this mean for the people living along the rift, and could we be witnessing the earliest stages of a new ocean forming in real time? Buckle up, because what's unfolding in Africa could change everything. Beneath East Africa lies a transformation of unimaginable proportions, one that will eventually reshape the continent we have come to recognize. The East African Rift is an enormous active rift system that is ever so gradually driving Africa apart to form two distinct land masses. This is no hypothesis or distant geological occurrence. The event is happening today, driven by the relentless tectonic plate motion beneath the Earth's surface. Contrary to the subtle deformations of most continental changes, the East African Rift is opening up visible fissures, widening valleys, and even sudden surface faults. The initial hints of a new ocean's birth. At the heart of this are two diverging tectonic plates, the Somali Plate to the east and the Nubian Plate to the west. The plates are diverging at a rate of about 6 to 7 millimeters per year, a slow rate by human measurement but a titanic movement in the geologic time scale. The rift runs all the way from Ethiopia's Afar region south to Mozambique, with fractures in various locations. This slow dissolution is already altering the landscape, subsiding in pieces of land, forming lakes, and raising volcanic activity. As the gap increases over millions of years, eventually ocean water will flood in and split the continent apart forever. One of the most spectacular signs of this ongoing separation is the appearance of gigantic cracks on land. In some areas like Kenya's Rift Valley, cracks have suddenly appeared, swallowing roads and homes, giving a glimpse of continental drift in real time. Seismic activity and volcanic eruptions in areas like Ethiopia's Afar Depression further highlight the titanic forces at work beneath the surface. Unlike gradual, non-perceptible modifications seen in other tectonic settings, the East African Rift is distinct in its ability to expose the raw power of Earth's geodynamic forces on land rather than under the ocean. The implications of Africa's silent split extend beyond geologic significance. They have very tangible effects on the lives of millions. Infrastructure, agriculture, and urban habitation all depend on land that is cracking and moving unpredictably. Earthquakes and volcanoes are becoming more common in the area, and with them come increasing worries about safety and displacement. Researchers are tracking the rift's progress with satellite photographs and GPS coordinates. But how long it will take Africa to finally break apart is unclear. One thing is for sure, however, the process cannot be reversed, and the gradual formation of a new ocean has already commenced. But what's really happening beneath the surface to cause this dramatic split, and could the forces at play be even more complex than we realize? In the midst of Africa's rift lie two gigantic tectonic plates moving slowly apart, the Somali Plate and the Nubian Plate. They are the components of the Earth's rigid outer surface, or lithosphere, forever in motion due to forces radiating from within the planet. The East African Rift is the frontier of formation between them, stretching thousands of kilometers from Ethiopia's Afar to Mozambique. It differs from the instant, cataclysmic earthquakes occurring due to collisions of plates, as it is a divergent fault where plates drift away from one another, steadily pulling the crust apart and giving rise to earth fissures at great depths. One characteristic of this rift system is the Afar Triple Junction, a special geological convergence where three tectonic plates, the Somali Plate, the Nubian Plate, and the Arabian Plate, are drifting apart in different directions. This point of intersection in the north of Ethiopia is of utmost importance in deciding the destiny of the area. The Arabian Plate is also drifting northeast, lengthening the African continent further, and the Somali and Nubian plates are separating from each other along the East African Rift. This active geology makes the Afar region one of the most seismically and volcanically active places on Earth. The East African Rift is not a single continuous cleft, but a complex set of faults split into two large branches. The Eastern Rift, or Gregory Rift, cuts through Ethiopia, Kenya, and Tanzania, creating stunning landscapes and Rift Valley lakes. The Western Rift, or Albertine Rift, runs along Uganda, Rwanda, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Burundi, Tanzania, and extends down to Malawi. These deeper basins contain some of Africa's largest lakes, such as Lake Malawi and Lake Tanganyika. Unlike most tectonic plates which move in line with the general rift system, the Victoria microplate is rotating against the expected direction. This anomalous behavior is caused by variations in the Earth's lithosphere and underlying mantle forces. Scientists continue to study this unique motion to understand how rifting processes evolve over millions of years. These geologic interactions make the East African Rift one of the most dynamic and studied rift regions on Earth, providing an unparalleled opportunity to observe the earliest stage of continental rifting firsthand. The slow rifting of East Africa is preparing the continent for an inevitable split that will ultimately lead to the formation of a new ocean. The Afar Depression in northern Ethiopia, a geologically unique and extreme environment, is one of the most critical sites for understanding this transformation. The area sits at the junction of three massive tectonic plates and is already experiencing rapid subsidence due to the thinning crust. Scientists predict that this basin will be the first part of East Africa to be flooded, forming the seabed of the future ocean. One of the most striking features of the Afar Depression is its intense volcanic activity. The Erta Ale volcano, with its rare continuous lava lake, is a testament to the magma constantly pushing through the thinning crust. This volcanic activity, combined with the ongoing rifting, accelerates the land's downward movement, making the region increasingly vulnerable to future flooding. Over millions of years, seawater from the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden is expected to rush in, permanently submerging the area and finalizing Africa's continental breakup. However, while the Afar Depression quietly sinks toward its oceanic future, a shocking event in Kenya in 2018 provided a sudden and dramatic preview of just how quickly the rift can crack open. A gigantic fissure appeared in Kenya's Great Rift Valley, stretching for kilometers and reaching over 50 feet in depth. This sudden rupture displaced families, severed roads, and left scientists questioning whether Africa's split might be happening faster than previously thought. While some initially speculated that heavy rainfall had caused the collapse, further analysis confirmed that the crack was part of the ongoing tectonic processes deep within the East African Rift. Although the complete separation of the Somali and Nubian plates is still millions of years away, the effects of this gradual process are already being felt today. Increased seismic activity, land subsidence, and infrastructure damage are immediate concerns. Governments and scientists are prioritizing monitoring and preparedness, as further cracks and earthquakes could disrupt life for millions.